I moved to Dresher Hollow 3 months before Halloween. Not for the festival, though I remembered it fondly from childhood. Carved pumpkins on fence posts, the rows of scarecrows lining the field like a procession of sleepy sentinels. I came for the quiet. For the kind of life that didn't hum with fluorescent lights and elevator dings and after-hours Slack messages. I got a job at the town library, a sweet little brick building off Main Street with a leaky roof and a basement that smelled like cedar and mildew. It was perfect. People were friendly. Mrs. Corbin from the bakery gave me a cinnamon roll on my first day. The mayor himself stopped by the library every Thursday to borrow mystery paperbacks. I settled into life here with surprising ease. By the end of September, the first scarecrows began to appear. They weren't quite like the ones I remembered. The festival had grown since I was a kid. Now each household seemed to compete, making their scarecrows taller, stranger, more elaborate. One wore a wedding dress, another had a pumpkin head with antlers. Few of them looked almost human. At first, I loved it. It felt like the town was dressing up for fall. But then something changed. The first one I noticed was Mr. Alcott's scarecrow. I passed it every morning, walking to work. Stood in his side yard, flannel shirt, straw hands tucked in the gloves, its burlap head tilted downward. But on October 12th, I saw it had moved. It now stood at the edge of the yard, arms outstretched, pointing down the road toward my little cottage. I stopped in the street, staring. Had he moved it as a joke? Or was it some kind of decoration quirk? I asked him about it later that week.
Oh, they move around sometimes.
He said with a shrug.
Part of the fun. Local pranksters, Halloween spirit.
I wanted to believe that. Until Clive Harrow died. He was found slumped by his tractor, neck bent unnaturally. Official cause? Freak accident. But 2 days earlier, his scarecrow had been spotted pointing toward the barn. Some kids took a photo and ended up on the festival's Facebook page. That night, something gnawed at me. I pulled up the post again and stared at it. The scarecrow's posture was so specific. Arm extended, head cocked, like it had seen something. I went into the library basement the next morning. We kept old newspaper clippings found there, going back decades. Peeling pages, brittle edges. I dug through box after box, cross-referencing years and names. What I found made my stomach turn. 1973. A scarecrow found facing a farmhouse. The next day, a woman was discovered dead inside. No signs of violence. 1988. A scarecrow lying flat in the cornfield, arms crossed over its chest like a corpse laid to rest. Teenager vanished that night. 2005. A scarecrow placed outside the church, its hands covering its face. The pastor was found with his face bludgeoned beyond recognition. It wasn't every year, but it happened enough. Each time, a scarecrow posed in a way that echoed the death or his appearance that followed. I asked around, careful not to seem paranoid. Mrs. Dealey, the retired teacher, just smiled.
Folks get jumpy come October. Superstitious time. The crows, the cold, the old stories. You know how people are. We've always had the scarecrows. They keep us company.
She didn't smile when she said that last part. As Halloween neared, the Scarecrow Walk festival kicked into full swing. It wasn't just scarecrows. Dresher Hollow hosted a full fair as part of a Scarecrow Walk. Popcorn carts, tiny Ferris wheel, haunted hayride that ran past the oldest parts of the fields. Kids bobbed for apples. Teenagers dared each other go down Scarecrow Alley after dark. Booths sold handmade candles and peanut bro. Tourists came in from surrounding towns, snapping selfies next to scarecrows and sipping cider from waxy paper cups. Everyone smiled, laughed, took photos. But the scarecrows changed. They appeared overnight, dozens of them, more than anyone could have built in a day. They lined the roads, stood between houses, loomed near the woods. Some had features, buttons sewn in their faces like eyes, mouths stitched into jagged smiles. They all faced different directions. Some pointed, some knelt. A few covered their faces. I couldn't sleep. Every creak of the wind made me glance outside, and then I saw it. A figure standing at the far edge of my backyard, dressed like me. My scarf, mild work boots, burlap face, straw hair under a beanie I'd lost last winter. It was posed with its arms folded, head slightly downturned, passive, watching. I stared at it for an hour. At dawn, it was gone. I called the mayor's office. No answer. Called the police. They told me it was probably a prank, maybe some kids from out of town. 2 nights before Halloween, I walked into the library, found a newspaper clipping sitting on the front desk. No envelope, no note, just a folded page. Local woman found dead after Scarecrow Festival. No date, no year. But the photo was of me. A Scarecrow version of me. Same clothes, same pose. The next night, I took a walk around the town. No one looked at me, not directly, not for long. I passed a neighbor, Mrs. Corbin. She crossed herself subtly, like I was already gone. That night, I tried to tear the Scarecrow down, but it wasn't there. The field was empty until I turned around and saw it standing by the road instead. Closer, arm raised this time, pointing. Next day, I packed a bag. I didn't wait for the festival's closing fireworks or the pumpkin lighting ceremony. I didn't say goodbye, I just left. I didn't stop driving until sunrise. I don't know if I escaped. I haven't looked back. But some mornings I see things by the roadside. Not people. Not quite. And every October, no matter where I go, I find them again, waiting. Just standing there, watching. I ran, but they didn't stay behind.